Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Mark here. Welcome. Let's get it going. We have a full Major League Baseball betting card. Sunday, September 1st. I'm going to give you guys 4 best bets. Okay, no Discord play of the day today. Discord's been a little spotty for me. I'm still in the mountains, so I have not been able to respond in the way that I've wanted to. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Let's get down into it. We had a profitable day yesterday in the Major Leagues. It's been a great weekend. Yesterday, also, the Seattle Mariners blew up that run line, ended up losing to the Angels. Really would have been a really profitable day. Almost went 4-5 within Major League ranks. Okay, but now I'm going to give you guys 4 best bets in this video. So make sure you guys stick around to the end and also become involved with the channel. Subscribe. Make sure you turn on notification bell so you never miss a video when I do drop it, especially with all the sports going on right now. You definitely want to be involved with what we have going on in the channel, okay? But that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, also a couple things to talk about. I am going to be showing you guys odds within oddsjam. Check them out. Links down below. 35% off your monthly and or annual subscription. Never make a bet without it. It truly works, and especially when you have a lot of time becomes a scarcity this time of year. You definitely want to be using oddsjam, especially for finding the best odds available, as well as what we have in the world of fantasy. If you guys are into daily fantasy, make sure you guys are all using oddsjam. There will be a link down below in the description to check that out. Also, join over on the Discord. Twitter handle is in the bottom left. Also, totally free for those platforms. And like I said, we don't charge for picks here, but if you want to become a channel member, links down below to join us here and become part of the TBM family. Okay, so let's get down into the oddsjam. You can see what we have going on. And I am just going to talk about the games that I do have bets on, and I'm going to give you guys some insight into some other ones that we are going to be kind of chopping up here. Okay, the first one we're going to get into is the likes of the Milwaukee Brewers and Cincinnati Reds. No pitcher for the Reds, so that's something where we look into this game, potentially leading towards the Brewers here. Almost made my card. I like them in this spot. It's an early first pitch, 12-10 to be exact. I like Tobias Myers. So that's kind of where I would lead towards the Brew Crew. Came really close to putting this one in. We took them on Friday. However, without a pitcher named yet for the Reds, I'm a little bit hesitant within this matchup, so I'm going to stay away from it, okay? The first bet we are going to have, though, is within the likes of the Chicago Cubs and the Washington Nationals. We're going to be on the no-run first inning, okay? That is a nrfi bet for me. We have Jordan Wicks going against Mitchell Parker. Cubs and the Nationals, 2 of the best teams to bet the no-run first inning market. Statistically, that's kind of where we look for a little bit of an edge within that. Cubs on the road fail to hit the baseball at times, and Washington also, 61-75. I think this is a story where we could see a little softer first inning as well. So love the Cubs, Washington no-run first inning. That will be my first official play. Next one we're going to talk about is the Cardinals and the Yankees. We have Miles Mikolas on the bump going against Nestor Cortez. We're still on the fade train. So Miles Mikolas, we're firmly off of that. You look at some of his ERA numbers in August, it's been fairly juiced up, okay? That ERA is starting to climb, now 8-10 on the season. I think the Yankees at home at Yankee Stadium are really going to have their day with Miles Mikolas. I think that they're going to get into him early. I think they're going to put up a little 4 or 5 runs in the first half of the game. So a little bit of a shade to the over as well. Nestor Cortez has been fairly effective at home. I don't really like to take Yankees games where Nestor Cortez is pitching, just kind of how I view it. However, I do look for the Yankees to really bolster themselves in this game. And at plus money, I'm going to bet the run line here, Yankees Cardinals -1.5 at plus 104. That will be my second official play, okay? Next, we are going to look into a very interesting matchup, Ryan Pepiot and Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease, if we look at his betting splits, and yes, we are going to talk about the Padres, and no, we are not going to bet the Padres, okay? But we are going to take the total in this spot. I think it's way too low. Look at Dylan Cease for the month of August. Pretty much since he had that no-hitter going, where he went against Washington, 9 innings, gave up no hits, threw 114 pitches. His pitch count has been up. He's thrown about 3-4 games, I believe, upwards of 100 pitches. He's going deep into games, but immediately following that no-hitter, he kind of lost his effectiveness. A little bit of a kind of slump he's been in, going 5 innings, 1 inning, 5 innings, 5 innings, 6 innings, 4 innings, respectively. All right, and he's been hitting around a little bit. Okay, so something where we look into the runs that he gives up. There has been 5-run games, 3-run games, 3-run games, 4-run games. So that's a lot of it has to do with the fact that Quite frankly, I don't really know why, because these were against ball clubs that they should have handled pretty readily. But his whip is still down, still very low. But for some odd reason, especially his opponent batting average is down as well. He's still giving up runs. So I don't really know why. However, I do think that's why this total is low, but I think it's sitting too low. So I am going to take the over in this spot, 6.5. I also think that Ryan Pepio going conversely for the Tampa Bay Rays. This is something where he doesn't really go. He's been struggling to go deep into games, and I think that this line is set there based on the potential that both of these pitchers do well. They fare well against each other, go deep into the game. However, I just don't see it. I think that the Padres can get to Pepio. I think they're going to put up some runs. So I do think there's some value. Tampa Bay scratches across 3, and we do get the Padres to get 4 or 5 runs. So I do like the over 6.5 at a minus 120 price. That's kind of where I'm at within Tampa Bay and San Diego, okay? And then we can go a little bit deeper into the board. All right, Cleveland-Pittsburgh, kind of a weird one last night. One of our losses, Cleveland failed to hit the baseball, got blanked, losing 3-0 to the Pirates. They need to win baseball games. So, backing the Guardians off a loss, especially at home against Pittsburgh, that's also a bet that, would heavily interest me. The Mets, White Sox, we got Sean Manaea going for the Mets. The White Sox are absolute trash, and I think this is still a cheap money line. If you want to lay the minus 152, that's not a bad move either. Ronel Blanco going for the Houston Astros against the Royals at home. I like the Astros. Sometimes, this is a bet where you possibly could look into a split. So this is where you would possibly lay half unit on the money line, half unit on the spread. Give yourself a little bit of insurance policy, but would not shock me if the Astros run away with this game at home against the Royals, okay? And the thing about them is when you look at who the Royals are rolling up, Alec Marsh, I think the Astros are going to have their way with him as well, furthering their case for the postseason. Kansas City's been playing well too. Both of these teams are basically even, 62 losses on the season, and if the Astros win this game, they basically have a 1-game lead over the Royals. So a little bit to play for. I know they're in different divisions, but I do think the Blanco-led Astros are going to get this one done at home. So that's another lean I have within these contests, okay? A game that I almost bet to, we got Logan Webb going. I could see him bouncing back. He had a kind of a weak outing his last game. We took him over his outs. I think this is one where he bounces back. Could look at Logan Webb getting over his outs again against the Marlins. 50-86 on the season for Miami. I think the Giants at home, Logan Webb's a different pitcher. So I do like Logan Webb, leaning towards taking him over in the outs market. We could look into taking the Mariners-Angels game. The Angels are throwing Caden Dana. It's something where I think Bryce Miller and the Mariners, they're going to have a bounce-back game. They gave up their lead, 2-run lead. Losing later in the game, losing 5-4, I think that you could look into the Mariners' first 5 line. That's a heavy market to get involved with. It's something we probably should have did yesterday. However, this number is kind of in a right on the line, teetering with if I'm ready to bet it or not. It's a little too pricey, minus 154. But I do lean kind of heavy towards that Mariners' first half bet on the money line. Okay, and then another game that's interesting before I get into my final play would be the Orioles and Rockies. This is where we have Zach Eflin going against Ty Blatch. I think the Orioles get this one done. Eflin's been good since being acquired by the O's. Minus 170 is a little too pricey. We did bet the over yesterday. That cashed. If you guys kind of want to know how to bet the games when they're in Coors Field, there's going to be a lot of runs. However, I don't think this one gets there. I think Eflin shuts down the Rockies. So, not at this level, but I do like the Orioles to win this game. I'm just not going to lay the $1.70. So it is a potential to see them bounce back and kind of revenge the run line yesterday and win with a minus 118 on the money on the run line at minus 1.5. That would be kind of my lean backing Zach Eflin in the O's. Okay, but the final game we are going to bet, and this is one where I kind of like the way that it's shaping up from a numbers perspective. We got Spencer Schwellenbach on the mound going against Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola has been pretty good as of recent in the month of August. That's kind of where we look for the Phillies at home. I love the Phillies at home, and you can look into kind of their Atlanta's loss to Philadelphia yesterday, 3-0, and then Atlanta was able to win 7-2 against the Phillies there on Friday. So this is kind of a matchup where we look at the Atlanta Braves coming into this game. They are 1-2 against the Phillies in this weekend series. So I do think that Philly gets the job done. I think they're going to take this one, win 3 out of 4 against the Braves. So I'm backing Aaron Nola at a cheap price. We're going to take the Phillies here, -128 on the money line, and that will be my fourth official final play for today's contest. So that'll wrap it up. That will be my September 1st, my best bets for today's card. If you haven't done so, join us here on the channel. All right, a lot of exciting stuff happening with football season coming around. NFL will be next week. Make sure you all subscribe right down below. Smash that like button. Turn on the notification bell. Never miss a beat. All right, that's what we have. Appreciate you all. Can't do it without you guys. And we'll see you over on the Discord. And make sure you guys all have a great rest of your weekend. Labor Day weekend's a fun time. Stay safe. Good luck with your picks. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Cheers.